Hey guys, and welcome to this video. I'm Marielle. I'm joined by my brother, Jonathan, aka Kiki. And for today, we're working a theme of nature. And the second I thought of that theme, I was like, I have to do an animal flow. I think animal flows or primal movement, are some of the funnest ways to move around our mats and incredibly creative. So really tapping into animal styles of movement, but also that fluid type of movement where you just kind of see where your body takes you. Now today's sequence is structured because I want to show you guys a sequence that we can repeat together. Also with animal flow, we don't often stick to a mat, so you tend to work all around the floor. But for today's purpose, we are going to work within the confines of our mat to some degree. It's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging. You're going to get confused because we're going all over the place. But I hope you enjoy it. It's definitely one of those practices that can take you out of our overactive minds, out of our controlling minds, into something a little bit more free flow, fluid. So let's go ahead and get started. Because there's a lot of new movements on our hands, I thought we'd start off with some wrist exercises. So coming into a tabletop position, making sure that the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. I want you to press your 4 knuckles down, so all of the knuckles except for your thumb knuckles. Firmly press them into the mat, and all you're going to do, really mindfully, is lift the palms of your hands up and lower them back down. Now, if you lean back and you do this, you won't feel it. If you lean too far forward, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. So just make sure that the shoulders continue to stack over the wrists, and you'll feel this pretty early on. You're going to start to feel those forearms firing up. And we just continue moving at your own pace, really trying to keep that connection of the other 4 knuckles. Man, my forearms are already burning. Keep going. We'll do another 3, 2, 1. Now bring your fingers pointing back. You can even walk your hands a little closer to one another, and we're just going to draw little circles. So going in one direction first. And then changing directions, going the other way. Doing the same thing with your hands out to the sides, bringing the palms to touch. We'll just create little circles. And then going the other way. All right, coming back to center, we'll just flip one hand over. Give it a nice little stretch. Maybe lean back ever so slightly. Change sides, flip the other palm. Lean yourself back. Press that palm into your mat. And then come to sit back on your heels, interlace your fingers, and just draw little circles with your wrists. Try to keep the palms together. Yeah, so you're really moving the wrists, and then changing direction, going the other way. Shaking them out. All right, since we're at the back of our mats, I want you to take a yogic squat. So separate the feet a little bit wider, bending the knees, and coming to sit yourself down. Any movement to kind of get comfortable in those hips. And we're going to work on some sort of gorilla movements forward. We're going to hop, switch to face the back of our mat, and come back again. So what I want you to do is either placing the fists on the ground or placing your hands on the ground. We're going to bring our palms forward and hop our feet forward. Bring the hands forward and hop forward. From here, we're going to do a big hop switch to the back of our mat. And we're going to bring the palms forward, hop, palms forward, hop. Once again, hop switch. One more time. Top of our mat, hop switch, Back of our mat. And hop switch. Whew. All right, give those legs a little stretch. You can open the knees out to the sides. And we're just going to walk our hands forward and come into a downward facing dog. So I'm going to guide you through this sequence, and then we're going to work through it a little bit faster together, seeing if you can start to get the flow of each movement. So we float the right leg high to the sky as we inhale. Right knee towards your nose, exhale. Now pull that knee back a little bit, lower it down directly underneath your right hip. Point your left toes, so you're untucking the toes and the left leg is long. You're going to slide that left leg out towards the left-hand side. And then you're going to slide it to the back of the mat. Pull your right heel back, your left heel in. So your toes are now pointing to the back of the mat. Your left toes are pointing to the back of the mat. We're going to lift ourselves up, bend into that left knee, grab opposite elbows, and lean to the back of the mat. Slowly come back to center. Come back to where you were in tabletop with that left leg long. Once again, untuck the left toes. Bring them out towards the left side. This time you're going to sweep them all the way behind you and come into a reverse tabletop, lifting that left elbow up towards the sky, keeping your left hand towards your right shoulder. Now lower your hips to the floor. Turn your knees to the left, so you're going to face the other way. So both knees are bent. Yeah, you turn them the other way, and then see if you can lift yourself up. We've got such a rocky surface. You little cheat, you're back on your mat. You're going to have to come off of it again. Lower back down. Hands behind you, so right hand behind you. Left arm is reaching, so remember that left elbow is going up towards the sky as you find that reverse tabletop again. And then slowly bring your right knee down, your left hand down. And as you sweep that left leg around, we're going to bring our left foot a little bit in front of the right. Don't worry, we're going to repeat it if you're like, what just happened? Lean yourself back until you find your pistol squat. So if you really want to challenge yourself, try to keep it lifted. We are going to sit down though. Left hand behind you. Come on to the outer edge of your left foot. Take wild thing. Lift the hips, open the heart. Now facing the back of your mat, bring your right hand down, your right foot to the outside of your right hand, and take a little push-up. Bow down. We lift ourselves back up. Right foot behind us, come back into that wild thing. Lower the hips. Come forward once again. All right? And then step that left foot back so you're in tabletop. We're going to hover our knees off the floor. We're going to push our hips back. And then slowly you're going to open your knees out to the sides and pull your arms back as if you're a bird. Open it out. And then slowly round it back. Bring the hands forward. Take downward facing dog. So walk the hands a little further forward if they're a bit too close to your feet. We float the right leg once again high to the sky. Left hand is going to reach forward as your right foot steps outside of your right hand. And you're going to take a little push-up again, facing the right. As you come back, that left hand comes back. Right leg to the sky. Right foot steps between your hands. Left leg steps through for like a pistol squat. You can pull that right elbow in. We're going to roll back, and then lower right shin, left foot. Lift yourself up. High five. All right, lower yourself back down. Yes, I did want to do that. Slide your left leg around towards the left-hand side so that you can lift yourself up into a yogic squat. Now remember what we did at the beginning. We hop, switch. What do we call this, Jonathan?
Leaping leopard.
Leaping leopard. There you go, leaping leopard. And then we're going to take our hands to the right, and we're going to hop all the way around to face the front of our mat again. So it's kind of like a curved hop. I know you guys are like, what just happened? We get to do it again, left-hand side. So walk into a downward facing dog. All right, left leg reaches high to the sky. Left knee to nose, tiger pose. Slide it back a little bit, left knee underneath left hip. Untuck your right toes. Right leg is long. Bring that right leg out towards the right. And then slide it to face the back of your mat. So your right heel pulls in, left heel pulls back. Lift yourself up. So right toes are pointing to the back. Grab opposite elbow. And then bend into that right knee and lean to the back of your mat. Now cartwheel yourself out, coming back to where you were. Right toes untucked. Right leg out to the side. This time, sweep the leg all the way around behind you. Both knees bend, reverse tabletop. We lift up. Yes. Lower the hips to the floor. Turn to face the right. And lift your hips up once again. That's it. You got it, Jonathan. Yeah, so both shins are on the floor. Yeah, well, you're almost there. Lower yourself back down. Yeah, so if you sit down, so come to sit down. You've got your left shin facing the side, your right shin facing forward, and we lift up onto both shins. There you go, yeah. So we come back down, bring your knees back up, left hand behind you. So now you're facing me, I don't know what you're doing. Turn to face the back. All right, left hand behind you. We're gonna lift up, right elbow to the sky. All right? You're going to slowly turn back onto your mat. Right hand down, left knee down. Yeah, so you came off of your mat. That's the thing, but keep turning. Yes, and bring your right foot forward. See, the thing is, and this is why it's really great, you're probably feeling like my brother. So we'll slow it down. We'll repeat this a few times. Don't worry. Lean yourself back and find that pistol squat if you can balance. Oh, this side's really hard. I know, you've got a bad knee too. Be mindful, modify if you need to. Right hand behind you. Come onto the outer edge of your right foot. We're gonna lift up into Wild Thing. Now bring that left hand down, that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Take a little push up. We lift back up. Come back into Wild Thing. Lift the hips. I know it's hard. Lower yourself to the floor. Now bend into that right knee. Come back into your tabletop, release right knee next to left. Hover your knees off the ground. Push your hips back towards your heels. Open the knees out. Keep leaning back until your hands start to slide back, and we open them out to the sides. Yes. Then we close it out, rounding forward, downward facing dog. You got it. Left leg floats high to the sky. That left foot and right hand are going to step forward. So right hand reaches forward, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Take a little push up as you face the left hand side. And then come straight back, 3-leg down dog. Left leg to the sky. Left foot steps between your hands. Yeah, left foot steps. Right leg through. We're going to roll back. Left shin to the ground, right foot to the ground, we lift up. All right? Slowly we come down. We take our right foot to the right-hand side so that we find ourselves in a yogic squat. All right? We're gonna, I keep forgetting it, leopard leap. Leaping leopard. All right, hop and turn. Bring your hands to the left. Now this is a weird one. I want you to turn all the way around to the back of your mat. The other side. Jonathan, yeah. So you're at the very back of your mat. There we go. And then we walk our hands forward, downward facing dog. All right, bring your knees down for a second. Come sit on your heels, hands on your thighs, and just allow that to settle. I know Jonathan's like, this is the worst position ever. You can take a cross-legged seat as well. If this is too much, by all means. That's a really confusing sequence, especially if you're new to animal flow, but even if you're not, because some of those movements are a mixture of like functional movement, there's primal movement, animal flow, there's Budokan. So we're just playing around with new ways to move around our mat, but I'm already quite sweaty. So it is an energetic sequence, and it's kind of fun to see how you end up on your mat the whole time, or if you're Jonathan, how to find your way back to your mat. So let's do it again. Come into your downward facing dog. It's all about repetition, right? The more you practice something, the easier it becomes. Right leg floats high to the sky, we inhale. Right knee to your nose, tiger pose. Pull the knee back so that it stacks underneath your hip. Untuck your left toes and bring that left leg out towards the left-hand side. Yeah, so our right knee is on the ground, our right toes are tucked for support. You're gonna, yeah, so the left leg is long. That's it. So we're gonna take that left foot behind us, slide the right foot back, lift up, bending into that left knee. So we're facing the back of our mat. Grab opposite elbows. Yeah, so let's do it again. So that right knee is bent, that left leg is long. Keep that right knee exactly where it is. All you're gonna do is take that right foot to the right-hand side, so behind you. And then that left leg stays long until it reaches the back of the mat. No, so keep it on the mat. Yes. Now point it to the back of the mat, pull your heel in so we bend the knee. Yes. And then we lean. Grab your elbows and lean, 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 lean. Come back to where you were. So that right foot pulls back, that left leg is long. We're gonna do the same thing to begin with, so bring that left leg to the left side. This time, take it all the way behind you for reverse tabletop. So both knees point up to the sky. We lift the hips, we lift that left elbow. Now, don't come back onto your mat because it might confuse you. Lower your hips. Take your knees to the left, so away from me, yeah. And then lift yourself up. Yes. I know the knees are hard. Lower it back down. Lift the knees up. Right hand behind you. Reverse tabletop, we lift that left elbow. This time, left hand down, right knee down. Bring your left foot forward. Yes. Lean yourself back. See if you can in that pistol squat. And then sit down. Left hand behind you. Outer edge of your left foot. We lift ourselves up into wild thing. Bring that right hand down a little further forward than the left. Left foot down, and we take a little push-up. Lift yourself back. Find your wild thing. And then lower yourself to seated. Press into your right foot. Come forward. Find tabletop. Untuck that left leg. We're going to hover our knees off the ground. Push your hips to your heels. Open the knees, open the knees, open the knees so that you're sliding your hands back, and then open your arms out to the sides. As you press into the balls of your feet, the heels are lifted. Circle the arms back, pull the hips back, reach the arms as far forward, and then take downward facing dog. That same leg, right leg to the sky. Left hand goes forward as the right foot steps outside your hand. We turn towards the right and we take a little push-up. As we lift back, the left hand comes back, the right leg goes to the sky. Right foot steps between your hands. Left leg steps through. Roll yourself back. Right shin to the floor, left foot to the floor, and we lift up. Slowly, we lower our hips back down. Slide that left leg behind you and come into a yogic squat, facing the left side of your mat. We are going to leaping leopard it. Hop around. Bring your hands to the right, and you're gonna hop to the back of your mat, facing forward. So hop, turn. Yeah. So, yes, that's it. We walk our hands forward, downward facing dog. All right, guys, left side. Left leg floats high. Left knee to nose. Pull the knee back so you drop it onto the ground. Untuck your right toes. Yeah. Right leg points out to the right. Bring it back. Pull your heel in. Bend your right knee. Lift up and give yourself a little side stretch, grabbing onto opposite elbows. Then bring your hands back. Pull that left foot back. Untuck your right toes again. So we're back to where we began. Right leg out to the side. Right leg comes all the way around for reverse tabletop. We lift. Yes. Lift the hips. No, so both knees are bent. So come onto the soles of both of your feet. Yes, and lift up. Now we lower our hips to the floor. Bring your knees to the right. So you're facing away from me, Jonathan. And then lift the hips up. No, so you stepped your foot. Keep your foot where it was. So, yeah, like that. Keep the legs exactly as they are, and then lift up from there. Lower the hips back down, knees to the sky. So face the back of your mat. Yeah, left hand behind you. The other one? Left hand? Well, yeah. No, you're right. We lift up, sorry. Right elbow to the sky. All right, bring your right hand to the mat. Bring your left knee down. Yeah, something was different there. And then we step our right foot to the top of the mat. All right. I swear we're going to get there. All right, lean yourself back for that pistol squat. And then sit down. Right hand behind you. This time, wild thing. Lift the hips up. Bring your left hand down. So where you're facing, bring that left hand down, left foot to the outside of your left hand, little push-up. We lift ourselves back up. Come back to wild thing. Lift the hips, open the heart. Yeah. And then come back to sit in your pistol squat. We need to come back to tabletop from here. So we lean forward, hands to the ground, right knee steps. All right? Hover your knees off the ground. Push the hips back. Open the knees out to the sides. And then pull your hands in and open them out to the sides. Exhale, we round it back. Reach the arms forward and then press back down dog. Left leg floats high, we inhale. Exhale, left foot between our hands. Right leg steps through. We roll back. Left shin down, right foot down. Lift up. Lower yourself back down. Take that right foot, slide it out to the side. Yogic squat facing the right. All right, we're going to hop switch to face the other side. Bring your hands to the left, and you're going to curve as you hop to face the back of your mat. What do we think? One more round? So we get it right? All right, downward facing dog. Last time, guys. You've got this. Notice where your brain is trying to trip you up. Right leg to the sky. Right knee to nose. Right shin to the floor. Left toes untuck. Bring that left leg out to the side. Sweep it to the back of the mat. We're going to bend the knee. Lift our arms up, grab opposite elbow, and lean. Come back. So that left leg is straight. Yeah, and pull that. Yes, exactly. Untuck your left toes again. Point it out to the left. Bring that left leg behind you. Notice how you come onto both of your feet. And then lift the hips up. Lower the hips down. All you do is turn your knees to the left. Turn your knees to the left and lift the hips up. Yes. Lower the hips back down. Lift the knees. Right hand behind you. We lift the hips. Now left hand comes down, right knee comes down, and then that left foot steps forward. Lean yourself back into that. Yeah, it's perfect. Left hand behind you. We lift ourselves up. Right hand down, right foot to the outside of our hands. We take a little push-up. Lift yourself back. Right foot back. Lift up for wild thing. Lower back into your pistol squat. Shift your weight into your feet and come back. And then release that left knee. All right, we hover our knees off the ground. Pull our hips to our heels. Open the knees, lean back, and then arms open out to the sides like a bird. Round out through the spine. Draw the knees in. Plant the hands, downward facing dog. All right, we're on the right side still, right? Yeah. Right leg to the sky, we inhale. Right foot between our hands. Step the left foot through. As you roll back, keep that right knee bent. Right shin down, left foot down, lift up. Lower the hips down. Slide that left leg to the left. Find your yogic squat. We are going to hop switch, leaping leopard. Hands to the right. Turn to the back of your mat, facing the top of your mat. Yes. Downward facing dog, last side. Left leg to the sky, we inhale. Left knee to nose, exhale. Pull that left shin down, untuck your right toes. Right leg out to the side. Right foot points to the back of your mat as you bend your knee. Grab opposite elbow and lean. Then come back to where you were. Right leg is long. Yeah. Right foot out to the right. Then slide it all the way around behind you. Both feet plant. Lift the hips. Right elbow to the sky. Lower the hips to the floor. Just turn your knees to the right. Yeah. And lift up. Lower yourself back down. Lift the knees up. Bring your left hand behind you. Lift the hips, open the heart. Bring your right hand back onto your mat. Left knee to the mat. Step your right foot forward. Lean back into a pistol squat. Lower yourself down. Right hand behind you. Lift yourself up. Left hand down, left foot. Little push up. Bring it back. Yeah, and then lift up, wild thing. Lower yourself back down. Lean into your feet. Find that tabletop as you step your right foot back. Hover the knees off the ground. Pull the hips back, open the knees out. Open the arms like wings. Close the arms back. Downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Left foot between your hands. Right leg steps through. We rock ourselves back. Left shin, right foot, we lift. Lower yourself back down. Slide that right foot out to the side for a yogic squat. Hop switch. Hands to the left. Turn to face the top of your mat and come to seated. Woo! Well done, guys. That was a lot of work. Bring your bum to about the middle of your mat. Let's just take a little butterfly, wide-legged stretch here. So finding the length in your spine, drawing the heels in, and then starting to bow down towards the ground. It's got quite sweaty. It's a fun flow. So again, your mind's going to trip you up at first because it's new, and it's okay. You just got to keep working at it. Did it feel a little more natural towards the end? Yeah, once you kind of knew where you were going, you're like, oh, right, that makes sense. Yeah, so just repetition, right? And as with all of these videos, you can just do this one all over again if you want to. That was a lot. All right, slowly lifting ourselves up. Let's take that left leg long, and let's give ourselves a nice little side stretch. So bringing your left arm on the inside, right arm reaches across. And slowly coming back through center, we'll change sides. So bring that right leg long, left sole of the foot, right hand on the inside of that right leg, left arm reaches, opening into that left shoulder. And then lift yourself up. Come to lie down on your mats, and let's just finish with some supine twists. So bringing that right knee in towards your chest. Shimmy the hips over to the right, bring that right leg towards the left. Cactusing into that right arm, we take a nice twist. So as you twist, Jonathan, see if you can bring your right shoulder to the ground. Maybe taking your gaze over that right shoulder. And then slowly we unravel, we change sides. So left knee in towards our chest. Right leg is long, shimmy the hips to the left. Left knee to the right. We cactus into that left arm as we take our gaze over that left shoulder. Then coming back to center, you can bring your legs long, finding your corpse pose, arms out to the sides. And just notice how good it feels to be done. but to have also learned something new, to have challenged yourself, to have moved in a new way. It's neuroplasticity, right? It's learning new ways of doing things. You can stay exactly where you are for as long as you'd like. This video is going to end here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.